Many surveys are showing that nurses are leaving the profession. Why is that? To get a greater sense of that, let's bring in Dianne Martin, the Chief Executive Officer of WeRPN. She now joins us from Mississauga. Thanks for being with us today, Dianne.
Thank you for having me.
Why are so many nurses leaving the profession?
You know, it's sort of multifactorial. It's become very, very difficult for nurses these days. Um, the main thing that we're hearing from nurses in our latest survey that we do a survey every year to find out how they're faring. And the latest thing we're hearing is that the workloads have moved beyond and are continuing to get worse, but moving beyond what nurses are capable of doing each day, which leaves them in a very difficult situation.
So you're talking about ratios, right? And we could talk about hospitals, nursing homes. I understand like 10,000 nurses in 2023 did not renew their registration or license. Is that because they feel, overburdened or not providing that quality of care that they're used to?
Yeah, those 10,000 nurses will have a variety of reasons. Some of them will actually have planned this and retired, but that is a very large number of nurses. So what we can tell is that there are nurses who are not renewing their registrations for other reasons as well, whether they are leaving the profession, or staying in the profession and leaving the area, leaving Ontario. We did find that of the people who've left positions in the past year, 56% of them told us that they'd left the profession, not even gone somewhere else to work, which of course, excellent, as long as people are providing nursing care. But when we've lost people to the profession, we've done something terribly wrong.
And will more money solve the problem? More
That's a
nurses
really
on the
good
floor?
question. We've always known that this time in society, healthcare would cost more because of the aging population. So we've always known that we're going to need more funding in healthcare. But when it comes to nursing, and we see situations where there are privatized staffing agencies, where a hospital would maybe pay up to 4 times as much to have the same nurse show up to work, and with a significant amount of money going into the pockets of the owners of those agencies, such as staffing agencies for profit. We know that it shouldn't cost as much as it's costing us right now to provide really good care.
You talked about nursing agencies for profit. It seems healthcare has become a business, right? Not only in hospitals, but those nursing homes and nursing agencies. How much more is it costing Ontario taxpayers for for-profit care?
Well, that's going to be a really complex question. But I can tell you that when we look broadly around the world, that particularly United States, other countries that have a for-profit system, we know that the amount of their GDP actually, or other measurements of their money in those countries, is significantly higher percentage is spent on healthcare. So we know that any movement in that direction is sort of going to be very expensive. It's going to put money in the pockets of people that aren't actually healthcare providers, and it makes me nervous that there'll be a lack of equity throughout Canada. I've always been really proud to work in a country where my patients, regardless of what socio-economic background they came from, were always treated exactly the same. And I'm concerned nurses find that hard. And I think we have to solve those issues and prevent those issues to keep our nurses.
Dianne, one final question for you. What would you say to Health Minister Sylvia Jones or Premier Doug Ford if you had a chance?
I think I would say to them, listen, we've got great solutions. Nurses who are every day in the workplace come up with great solutions about legislated ratios, about supporting nurses to become nursing to become a great profession, about proper compensation, those sorts of things. We can all work together to find those solutions, and it's not through nursing agencies or other privatized ways of doing business.
Thanks so much for your time this afternoon, Dianne. Really appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Dianne Martin was our guest this afternoon, and to read more about the survey and comments from nurses, head to our website, CTV News Northern Ontario.ca. We have a link there.